Okay, let's talk about honestly, one of the most challenging commands out there. Be still. In a world that is constantly screaming at us to fight or run or just shut down, what does it really mean to find a fortress right in the middle of our fractures? We're going to dig into that today. Ugh, I mean, we've all been there, right? You get that phone call, the one that just changes everything in an instant. Or a conversation leaves you completely breathless, and then someone, usually with the best intentions, says, "Hey, just relax." You know? It's supposed to be helpful, but it lands with such a thud. And let's be real, it almost never, ever works.
Yeah, that advice can feel so disconnected from the panic you're feeling that it actually feels impossible. Sometimes it can even feel kind of cruel. And that really gets to the heart of what we're talking about. Being told to be still right when your world is imploding, it feels less like a gentle invitation and a lot more like a judgment, doesn't it? So, why does it feel that way?
All right, so that brings us to our first big idea here, the impossible command. We're going to unpack why this one little phrase from Psalm 46 can feel so totally out of reach, especially when we need it the most. This command can put a really specific kind of pressure on us, especially on women who have been conditioned their whole lives to be the dependable one, right? The one who keeps the peace. For so many, being still feels like failing. It sounds like another voice saying, "You're not spiritual enough," or "You're not emotionally stable enough." And that internal script, man, it is powerful. It's that little voice whispering, "If I slow down for even a second, the whole world is going to fall apart." Okay, so here's the first huge reframe. We tend to picture this verse being read in like a quiet, peaceful chapel. But that's not where it comes from at all. Psalm 46 is a battle psalm. It's an anthem for chaos. It's all about roaring waters, trembling mountains, kingdoms literally falling apart. So the command to be still isn't for when things are quiet. It's for when things are loud. It's meant for the middle of the storm. So, if this command is meant for a crisis, then we've got to understand how our own bodies are designed to react to crisis. And that brings us to the science behind our survival instincts. So, check this out. Our bodies have this amazing built in emergency response system. Think of it like a car. You've got your sympathetic system, that's your gas pedal. It hits the floor when it senses danger, flooding you with adrenaline and getting you ready for action. And then you've got the parasympathetic system, that's your brake pedal. It's the one that slows your heart rate down, lets you breathe, and basically tells your brain, "Okay, you're safe now, you can rest." And when that gas pedal gets slammed all the way down, our bodies have these brilliant go-to survival strategies. Three of them, actually. First, we might confront the threat head on. That's our fight response. Or we try to get the heck out of there. That's flight. But there's a third one, and it's one that gets misunderstood all the time. And that's the freeze response. This is what happens when your nervous system makes a split-second calculation that you can't win by fighting and you can't escape by running, so it just shuts down. You might go numb, or you can't find the words to speak, or you just feel totally unreachable. I really want you to hear this. This is not a failure. It's an incredibly powerful, protective mechanism that is literally hardwired into your brain to keep you safe. Okay, so understanding these physical automatic responses is so important because it sets the stage for what I think is the biggest aha moment in this whole discussion. It's time to look at the original Hebrew word behind that famous command, be still. Okay, so the word that gets translated as be still in Psalm 46, in the original Hebrew, it's harpu. And, well, this one word changes absolutely everything. Its meaning is so much more active, so much more profound than just being quiet or not moving. I mean, just look at what this word actually means. Harpu means to let go, to release your grip, to stop trying to control the outcome. It's this powerful image of a soldier in the middle of a battle just dropping their weapons. It literally means to cease striving, to be weak, to go limp. So you see, this isn't a command to just sit there and do nothing. No way. It's an invitation to a radical, active surrender. This is a game changer, right? This idea of stillness as an active surrender, as letting go, it's so profound. So let's connect this to that immense pressure to perform that so many of us, and especially women, feel every single day. Just think about that constant pressure to perform. So for a neurodivergent woman, this might look like masking all day long, just trying to mirror behaviors to stay safe and fit in. For a neurotypical woman, it might look more like overfunctioning, being the one everyone can depend on to hold it all together. But here's the thing. Both of those paths lead to the same place, total exhaustion.
They are both forms of striving. And this command to harpu, to just let go, speaks right into the heart of both of those experiences.
So what this really means is that to be still, in the way harpu means it, is to finally give yourself permission. Permission to say out loud, I am exhausted. Permission to stop performing for everyone. It's this radical invitation to unmask, to just be held exactly as you are, with no more pretending. And this, right here, is the core shift in thinking. We tend to believe that we have to get through the storm to finally find peace. But this flips that completely on its head. Surrendering in the middle of the chaos isn't something we do after we feel safe. It's the very act that allows us to find and feel the presence and safety of God right there, inside the storm itself.
All right, so let's pull all these threads together for one final, powerful takeaway. What does it really, truly mean to be still? And here's something really cool. Even though this next part isn't in the original Hebrew, our English word still adds this one last beautiful layer of meaning. Just think about how else we use that word. We use it to mean nevertheless or in spite of that. When you look at it that way, the message becomes this incredible declaration of persistent hope. So the mountains may fall, your soul might be trembling, in spite of all that. Still, God is. Still, He reigns. Still, we are held. It becomes this declaration of a deeper reality that is true even when our circumstances are completely falling apart. So be still means so much more than we ever thought. It means relax and know, go limp and know, be weak and know, surrender and know, be undone and know. And I love this one from the sermon we're looking at. It even means be lazy and know that I am God. What an incredible thought. And that's really the question we want to leave you with. This completely reframes our relationship with fear, doesn't it? What if that moment you fear the most, that moment of total collapse, what if it isn't actually the end? What if it's an entry point? What if it's the precise moment you can finally let go, drop your arms, and for the first time truly know that you are held?